Welcome to the Wired Nerdy Podcast Warp Edition. Now, you may be thinking, what are Warp Edition episodes? Well, they're shorter and they are audio only. You see, since we're full on into summer, we have some work demands and vacations and events that need tending to, but we did not want to let the weeks go by without posting some type of new episode. So please, sit back, try to enjoy these bite-sized single-topic discussions that only run for about 10 minutes. We will get back to our normal full show format after we post about 5 of these, and we're really looking forward to seeing you all again soon. Please enjoy. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wired Nerdy Podcast, and this is a Warp episode audio-only topic where we're going to talk about a very interesting thing. Now, I got a full disclosure. I don't partake in these, but we're going to be talking about game collector editions. Now, these things can be expensive on launch. Now, not only are you getting the game, but they typically give you some type of a swag with it, some kind of a collector's thing. Now, if you do collect, they're highly sought after, and they can get costly. I mean, these bad boys can run anywhere from $200 to $300. Like I said, I don't really ever pull the trigger on them, but I do love seeing what they put in them. Therefore, like the super fan. And we just want to showcase some notable ones that we have seen just from this year, but also in the past as well. And I'm going to start off here with Cyberpunk 2077. That game is a sci-fi game. It came out on all the major platforms. They basically give you this statue, and it's like a guy that is crushing somebody on a motorcycle, and he's laying down in the air mid-flight with his gun up in the air. And it's a fascinating piece. So it's one of those things that if you had room, and a lot of people like the statues that they put in these, that you can actually put them on the wall and things like that sort. But this thing, it's like 304 at Amazon. Looking at like if you could find it at Walmart, $500. Whether it's worth that, I don't know. But what do you have on your list,
Right.
Doug?
Fallout 4. When they released, they had a Game of the Year edition that came with an actual Pip-Boy that you could wear in your arm. I thought that was amazing. Fallout 4 came out quite a while ago. I've tried to look for the Pip-Boys. They've got some on Etsy, but they're just not from Bethesda. They're not the original. I'd love to have a Pip-Boy. And future episode conversation, but I'd love to have an actual Pip-Boy that functions and has cell phone service and Wi-Fi and all that stuff.
Well, and what's funny? The Pip-Boy thing was really cool, and there was a restaurant. They were really hard to find. They also had one, believe it or not. I swear, if I'm remembering this correctly, it was the Power Suit Helmet Collector's Edition.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of neat when they take something out of the game, and especially when it's like something you can wear. So yeah, that's a really good one. I'm going to call out one. It was God of War. And if you don't know this game, it's really good. It's based off of father and son. And it follows the God of War series. And there's, again, a statue with him and his son fighting. And it looks really, really cool. So a lot of these have statues in them, which is kind of neat. I'm with you. I like the more unique ones that actually have wearables. Now, there was a God of War where it isn't just a statue. It was later on, and it was the hammer replica Mjolnir. I doubt I'm saying that right, but it's kind of like Thor's hammer. Think of it that way, and you had one of those as well.
Yeah. Collector's editions kind of take me back to, and I've always said this, and people who have listened to our podcast, Doug is just like the good old days guy, but the good old days of getting manuals and maps and little extras. So I'm still glad that they release these collector's editions with all this extra stuff.
It's kind of replaced that, hasn't it? I mean,
it is. Yeah. So I'm going to give a little shout out to one of our friends who got a Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom collector's edition. And we had talked to him quite a while about he got the game, he got a steelbook, poster with some artwork and some maps and stuff. So he was really excited about that. I was kind of excited for him, to get this cool little collection. One that's coming out that I'm excited about. I'm probably not going to pull the trigger, but Starfield. I've talked a lot about Starfield. Hopefully, the hype is worth what it's actually going to be. But they have a Starfield Constellation Edition. It comes with the art book. It comes with some, in-game content that always seems to be the extra for pre-ordering. But then it also comes with a watch. This watch looks to be a smartwatch. So that's kind of a big, like, wow, they're giving something cool. It comes with a really cool case, which I've already looked on Etsy. They have the cases. I'm probably just going to pick one of those up to throw in the background here. But really cool collector's edition there.
Yeah, they've got some really cool ones that they're doing for that game that's coming out. Um, I'm going through the list here. There's some really, I'm going to go with the weird ones now. Okay. So
Yeah,
Resident Evil Biohazard had one where it was a house and what looks like they gave you the house that you're in that game. That's kind of like, yeah, it looks haunted. But it's a replica of the house, but also like an old VHS tape that's been weathered and worn. Some of the clues that are in the game. Another weird one, if you've ever played Death Stranding, that's a weird game, but
very
it's
weird.
it's good. But Waits Collector's Edition, part of the game is it's futuristic and you're kind of like a mail carrier. But one of the things that keeps you alive and keeps you safe from whatever these creatures are in the world are these. Bear with me. They're embryo babies inside of a sack that you carry.
Yeah,
No joke. The collector's
yep.
edition gives you one of those babies inside of a sack. So random. There's some weird ones out there for sure.
There are. Doom. I saw there was a Doom collector's edition for Doom Eternal. It came with the Doom helmet, the Doom Slayer helmet. Let me get that right. It came with a cassette tape. Hopefully, people know what that is still. Of the Doom tracks, so artwork book, a lithograph from in the game. Really cool.
There was I'm sticking on the weird path here for Resident Evil 4. There was a chainsaw controller. It's covered in
Oh
blood.
man,
You can actually play the game. We had buttons on it. And so yeah, that was a really odd one.
that sounds really cool.
Some of these collector's editions are nuts. A lot of
Now
them
here's the one
are
that,
statues, though. That's I'm trying to find really
yeah.
unique ones. Sorry to cut you off there. Go ahead and go.
No, no, you're good. I was going to say one that probably hits home for you, Dead Space. I saw they have a collector's edition. It comes with kind of the reoccurring theme here, but the artwork, a little picture, and it also comes with the full size helmet with working lights. It looks really cool.
That is really cool. And it's funny. It kind of reminds me of there's a game called Dishonored and it had a mask in the game, and the actual collector's edition came with the mask itself.
Oh,
So that's kind of neat. I just ran across this one. This is really cool. It is the Jedi Survivor Collector's Edition. They
oh,
give you a
yeah.
really cool looking case with an Imperial symbol on it, and inside of it is a 17-inch lightsaber.
Oh
It's
man,
it's
now
just
that would be worth it.
it's just the hilt. So
Yeah,
it's really cool looking though.
that's
So
still really cool. Yeah,
yeah. So if you're really into like some of these games, I mean, I can see where they could be. I see why people collect them. Problem is,
absolutely. Yeah.
oh, this one makes me think of you. Modern Warfare actually had night vision goggles that
Oh,
they had
now
put in one.
I could actually use those at work probably.
I doubt they actually function.
Well, dang it. Yeah. I like the night vision from Jurassic Park back in the day.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, there's so
Shout
many of
out
them.
to a future episode. I think they're making a John Hammond prequel.
Are
They're
they
working
really?
on it. I saw that somewhere. I probably don't have the article in front of me, but
Huh. We'll have to
yeah, we'll
definitely
talk about that later.
get a plug in for that. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, man, I can definitely see why people collect these things because they're so unique, but they take up a lot of space. That's the biggest thing, and they're
lots of space.
expensive,
Yeah,
and they only make so many of them. And so I think it would be something that would be very very tough to collect because you'd have to get in early. I think you were mentioning um, the Starfield, the watches and that sort of thing. I
It's
think there's
completely sold out. Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be a run on them, just like there was with the Pit Boy. There's always
Yep.
aftermarket ones, reproductions, but still, it's a fascinating topic to see what all they put inside of these. And typically, you'll have like cards, you'll have pens, you'll have a book, but it's usually there's one centerpiece. And if you go on YouTube, there's a lot of unboxings where
Hmm.
people open these
Yeah.
things up. So I think that wraps up this Warp episode. We want
Yeah.
to thank everybody for joining us on this, and we will catch you next time.
Yeah. Thank you all for listening. Hope you're enjoying your summer.
And we'll talk to you soon. See ya.